Nature of the reactant. First and foremost thing, the nature of reactants. Say near about 100 students are in the class. Out of 100 students, same method of teaching. Teacher is same. Am I correct? And same time, same teacher is teaching to all the boys. And you can also refer from e-learning app. For chemistry, you can refer also in YouTube. Lini guide is available. Same book you have. You have a lot of materials. Even then, mark score will be different for different students. Why so? Why so? It is because of the nature of the students, their mindset, the concentration towards studies, interest towards studies, the curiosity to know more, all those factors. Likewise, in a chemical reaction, when reactants react, the bond has to be broken, the bond has to be formed, reformed. Breaking of bond and formation of new bonds, everything should happen. So, nature of reactants play a vital role in deciding rate of a reaction. For example, you might have done titration, or otherwise you will be doing in future. Definitely you will be going to the school afterwards and you will be doing practicals. Here you will be taking usually potassium permanganate solution. Here ferrous sulfate, ferrous ammonium sulfate. Sometimes ferrous ammonium sulfate, sometimes oxalic acid. Ferrous ammonium sulfate or oxalic acid. When potassium permanganate is added to ferrous ammonium sulfate, the color, it is violet color, purple color. When we add in drops, the color get disappeared. Why so? The MnO4 minus ion oxidizes ferrous ion into ferric ion. Therefore, decolorization continuously occurs. On the other hand, if you use oxalic acid, the color change may not appear immediately. Only when the content in the conical flask is heated using Bunsen burner. All right? Only then. At about 60 degrees Celsius, the reaction between KMnO4 and oxalic acid occurs. This reaction occurs at room temperature. So, nature of the reactant. For certain reactant, nothing we need to say. At 6 o'clock or at 7 o'clock, immediately after, say you may be going for NEET class, it may be over by 7 o'clock. Immediately at 7 o'clock they will be starting without anybody's influence. But somebody should initiate, somebody should scold. Only then they start to study. So, nature of the reactant, ferrous ammonium sulfate and oxalic acid makes the difference. That is one point. It takes place at ordinary temperature. With oxalic acid, it takes place at higher temperature. Likewise, reaction between solid phases, sodium solid, when it is allowed to react with iodine, nothing will happen, or the reaction takes place longer time. Iodine has the property of sublimation. It may go over to the vapor state immediately, but if it is in the vapor state, the reaction takes place quickly. Sodium reacts with iodine very quickly if iodine is in the gaseous phase rather than the solid phase. Solid means there is no possibility for meeting. But gas phase means those reactant, it can have direct contact with the other reactant, therefore the reaction will be faster. And then the reaction between lead nitrate solution, it is a colorless solution, with potassium iodide solution. Here, double decomposition reaction. Here also sodium iodide will be formed. Here, lead iodide and potassium nitrate. Lead iodide is PbI2, potassium nitrate. So, here this reaction takes place only if both are in solution form, aqueous solution, AQ. If both are kept in solid, of course the reaction may take place very slowly. In aqueous solution, they have direct contact with each other. Therefore, the reaction will be faster. So, The conclusion is nature of the reactant makes the difference. Even though same kind of reactant, sodium is allowed to react with iodine to form sodium iodide, lead nitrate solution is allowed to react with potassium iodide to form potassium lead iodide, and here potassium permanganate is oxidizing ferrous ammonium sulfate, potassium permanganate is oxidizing oxalic acid. In all the cases, reactant makes the difference. All right, nature of the reactant. Here nature, substance itself is different. Here nature, solid to gas, here solid to aqueous solution. So nature makes the difference. All right. Then concentration of the reactants. First point, nature of the reactants. Second one, concentration of the reactants. In the nature of the reactants, reaction between potassium permanganate and ferrous ammonium sulfate takes place fast, therefore disappearance of pink color. Oxalic acid means it has to be heated. Sodium and iodine, solid means the reaction will not take place or take place very slowly, but with gaseous form of iodine, the reaction is fast. And between potassium iodide and lead nitrate, the reaction will be faster if it is in aqueous solution. All right. Next one, concentration of the reactants or concentration of the solution. If the reactant's concentration is higher, we have seen in collision theory, reaction is possible only when the reactant molecules collide among themselves. Only when they collide, the possibility for reaction will be faster. So, the collision will be more if the concentration is more. For example, I can illustrate, of course, you may be also be knowing very easily, when the concentration, I can say, attention towards as our life example. When I concentrate more, I will be learning more. When I listening with concentration, I will be learning more. In the case of solution, if the concentration, high concentration of reactants are present, the possibility for collision will be more and therefore reaction will be faster. For example, sodium thiosulfate solution, Na2H2O3, it is sodium thiosulfate. Let me take 10 ml of sodium thiosulfate, 20 ml of sodium thiosulfate, 40 ml of sodium thiosulfate, different flask, different conical flask. All right. I have taken 2-3 conical flask, 10 ml sodium thiosulfate, 20 ml, 40 ml. Amount of sodium thiosulfate, Na2H2O3. Water, distilled water. Let me add 40 ml, 30 ml, 10 ml, making everything 50 ml. Which is more concentrated? Where do we have more concentration of sodium thiosulfate? Here. 40, only 10 water. Here 10 sodium thiosulfate, 40 water. When into these solutions, if hydrochloric acid is added, if HCl is added into all, the reaction will be faster here. Sodium thiosulfate, Na2H2O3, reacts with hydrochloric acid to form sodium chloride, 2 so Na, 2 chlorine, 2 sodium chloride, a water molecule H2O, sulfur and sulfur dioxide. It is because of that we will be getting turbidity, opaqueness, because of the formation of sulfur. So, if these flasks are kept under, say, a tile, into the, it may be marked with into mark, over which if I place conical flask, I cannot visualize the mark after some time. Now, sodium thiosulfate is colorless, water is colorless, the solution will be colorless. But after some time, it will become opaque and I cannot see the marking. Here, the marking is invisible within a short time because it is a concentrated solution. In concentrated solution, reaction will be faster, whereas here it is a dilute solution, therefore reaction is slower. So, the into mark will disappear immediately here, it will take longer time. So, that is about concentration. If I draw a graph taking time against 1 by T against concentration, I will be getting a straight line. With increase in concentration, the reaction rate will be faster. 1 by T is just a reciprocal, all right. So, this is how we can find out, we can assume that concentration of the reactants play a vital role. With increase in concentration, rate becomes faster, all right. That is second point under factors affecting reaction rate. Third point is the effect of surface area. Effect of surface area. When the surface area of the reactant, surface area become larger, same reactant, say, I can take the example of, marble chip. Marble chip. It is made of calcium carbonate and then powdered calcium carbonate. Powdered calcium carbonate. If both of them are allowed to react with, say, hydrochloric acid, what will happen? Calcium carbonate reacts with hydrochloric acid to give calcium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. Here evolution of carbon dioxide will be faster here in calcium carbonate, powdered calcium carbonate. It has got larger surface area. Solid form, even chalk is made of calcium carbonate. In the bulk form, reaction will take place larger time. If it is powdered and if I allow it to react with hydrochloric acid, within no time the reaction will happen. Larger surface area. When the surface, that's why we use finely powdered nickel, we say. Nickel catalyst, in the bulk form may be a catalyst, but finely powdered means the particle size will get reduced and therefore more surface area, the reaction will be faster. That is about the effect of surface area. Then fourth thing, effect of temperature. Effect of temperature. When temperature is increased, the reaction will be faster. When we walk on hot sunlight, we will be walking fast. When under moonlight, we will be walking very slowly, very casually, enjoying the nature and enjoying the airflow, everything. We will be walking very, very slowly under moonlight rather than sunlight, because sunlight is hot. We used to walk fast. All right. Likewise, when temperature is, same example I have discussed under nature of reactants. When potassium permanganate is allowed to react with oxalic acid, what is happening? The reaction is slow or may not happen, but at 60 degrees Celsius, potassium permanganate oxidizes oxalic acid into carbon dioxide and water. So as temperature is increased, reaction will be faster. Even at the start, Arrhenius said that nearer to room temperature, at every 10 Kelvin rise of temperature, reaction rate will be doubled. For example, at 30 degrees Celsius, room temperature, if the rate is say 5 into 10 power minus 3 mole per liter per second, then at 40 degrees Celsius it will be doubled, 2 into 10 into 10 power minus 3 mole per liter per second. So this is how rate is being altered, and therefore temperature definitely increases most of the chemical reactions. All right. Of course, there are reactions which at high temperature the reaction may get reduced, but in most of the reactions, as in the case of volumetric analysis between potassium permanganate and oxalic acid, the reaction will not take place at ordinary temperature. At 60 degrees Celsius, the reaction takes place. Finally, the effect of catalyst. With that, let me complete the section. The effect of catalyst. What is the effect of catalyst? Catalyst reduces the activation energy. Usually, for an exothermic reaction, potential energy and the progress of the reaction, if it is exo, that is, if the product is having lower energy, we will be getting this type of graph. For endothermic, we will be getting this type of a graph. Reactant product energy will be higher. Always this is energy of activation. This is energy of activation. All right. EA. For the conversion of reactant into product, it has to cross the barrier, energy barrier height. That is cut-off mark. Only when we reach the cut-off mark for NEET, we are eligible for joining in medical college. Even if the mark is slightly less, we cannot. But catalyst reduces the activation energy. How? If persons belong to certain reserved category, maybe backward class, most backward community, SC, ST, such reservation may give motivation. Yes, I can also reach the target. For me, the target is a little bit lower. So actually catalyst reduces the energy of activation. It reduces the energy of activation. So the cutoff mark may be a little bit lower for them. Pass mark same, but the cutoff mark is lower. And therefore, with this mark, they can get admission to medical college. Catalyst reduces the energy of activation. It is because of the presence of catalyst, the energy of activation is lowered, and therefore reaction will be faster. So in most of the reactions, a catalyst is needed. Even for students, some induction is needed. Somebody should induce, somebody should motivate, so that they'll be going a little, ordinary circumstances, they may be going with some speed, but to increase, to make the energy of activation lower, to make them to cross the barrier, the teachers and others, parents and others guide to some extent. They act as a catalyst to make you to reactant to become product, to make you to get through the desired target. All right. So that is about factors affecting reaction rate. With that, almost the chemical kinetics over. Only pharmacokinetics I will be discussing in the next class, followed by 1 more questions and other questions we will be discussing. Thank you.